And welcome, everybody. You are watching TCH Live Sunday. How you guys doing? We've got a great final table here for you tonight. Yet again here for a WPT Step 1 tournament. One of our weekly 7K guarantee tournaments that will get you an entry if you cash here to the Step 2 monthly main event, but still plenty of freeze out prize pool to fight for here as we had 43 entries total here today for a prize pool of $7,095. First being $2,554, second $1,522, and third third $1,071, and fourth $788 dollar bills, y'all. So we've got some very familiar faces there. There's your boy Lottie William, the New York Net, here in the house. We've got the professor. Who would have thought get here as going to raise up with the queen, 10 of diamonds in the first hand. As well, we're a little bit deeper here at this point, at this stage of the game. 4,000, 8,000 players hung out. We got Sam. See Colson out here as professor. Going to pick up the first pot of the evening as we continue here TCH Live. Mike Mlb the Dude talking, super producer Carolyn. Many of our fine, outstanding TCH legends, chat pros, chat vets, game vets, just all around good people. The boy Alan Piscatello, Hillbilly, Sam War Eagle, JTN, Joel. What's going on, my friend? We got Tillman here in the house. Derek Sarah Widener's always got Anderson. And Matty J checking in saying the way. Just need Moose Duty to pop on in here at some point as well. Make sure to smash that like button, click subscribe. Folks, we did it. We made 15K subs. And here's a fan of the show, Woody. We'll raise up to 20K with the King Jack of clubs. Anderson saying rooting for Sam and the Knit. I'm rooting for everybody here, but hey, a lot of folks that make for good stories once they get down here to the final 9. Yeah, I mean, we're hanging on for 10 players there for quite a while, so maybe we may have a quick final table here tonight, but it's one of those things. Once we get kind of deeper into it, then you start to see more stacks in motion, or sometimes you see the opposite where everybody's kind of short and waiting each other out, that it just becomes this log jam. We shall see as the night goes on, as the night closes. And all right, Barry Smith. Hello, everyone. Barry here from Japan. Hell yes. All right, Colson here with the NASA shirt. Going to take this hand here to the moon with a raise up to 18K. Lottie, I'm assuming, folding just about everything. All right, he had junky hand. Okay, we can't razz him too much. As we've got Guy. I'm not your buddy, Guy. He's going to fold it here pre-flop. Donning one of those Texas Longhorns hats on there. As there's like 7 Texas teams that are going to be in the NCAA tournament. I've just been we had the selection Sundays and just kind of checking out what some of the betting lines are in the brackets. And, hey, we missed out on it last year, so it just kind of feels it's going to be weird. There could be even stranger circumstances this year for it. But if you want to come out and watch the games with us here at Texas Card House Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, boy, we got a whole heck of a lot going on. Here we go. Sharon going to raise up here to 16K. Guy not interested in the Doyle Brunson offsuit. Does Woody here with King Jack as he pairs best out of this. Sharon does have a gutter butter here to the queen, but potentially could drive Woody out of this hand depending on the board texture. Nothing's going to change there. And we're going to get a quick check, and off to the riv. There's a 6 on the end. So Woody maybe hoping to induce a bluff or try to minimize any damage at this point to is just going to take it here at Showdown. As here in a couple of opening hands here on a TCH Live. What's going on, Mlb Williams? Good friend Stretch says hello, ladies and gentlemen. Chat Pros, Mike. Okay, Mike, you said you're getting ready to smash that like button. You know, it's old habits die hard, man. I'll probably just like wake up in the middle of the night saying smash that like button for no reason. I've had to watch myself during like sports broadcasts just not be like, all right, here at the end of the fourth or end of the third quarter, don't forget to smash that like button as you watch Texan. Like, I have to kind of be careful, so we're gonna make a lesson I think more sports broadcasters are going to need to hopefully not have to learn lessons the hard way about being pieces of crap and getting caught on air saying stuff. So, I don't know if you guys saw that story out of Oklahoma. Holy crap, that was just saddening. As well, Colson going to get no action out of the blinds as we continue. As again mentioned, top four spots. Paying in this one, 4,788. Third, 1,071. Second, 1,522. And first, $2,554. And step one. And anybody who cashes again, automatic entry here into the monthly main event. That's the last Sunday of every month. So that is coming up pretty soon. On the 28th will be the last Sunday of the month. As Woody here on the raise on the button with the ace 10 of hearts. Professor does not want to play pocket threes out of position to a raise of that size, and which is totally reasonable in a spot. Small blind defense, I think at this point, get really tricky. I mean, he's got second at chips, but you see not a great deal of separation here. From 1 to 9. Beautiful day here in Austin. It's been kind of windy here this weekend, but some pretty decent afternoons here for the most part. So all right. Hey, Mlb Williams saying get ready for the win. 1 million guarantee. Well, I mean, if you're getting yourself fired up for that, you can also be getting yourself fired up here for the $500K guarantee, $800 buy-in around Texas Card House. I've talked about it a little bit here on some of the. Some of our other live streams as of late, but always trying to get the good word out. Play day ones around Austin, Houston, Rio Grande Valley, and also 2 flights a day happening at Dallas. Again with day 2 playing down to the finish on April the 11th. So 8th through the 11th. Be on the lookout for it. And the satellites as well. So we have Guy limping first with the ace-9 of the hijack. Professor seeing the opportunity. Again, with only top 4 spots paying, going to put the pressure on. And that is Professor getting it done out here on TCH Live. So, all right, who's your final 4, Mike? I haven't really gotten to look enough at the bracket yet. Like, I could probably spitball something at this point because yeah, I don't have a definitive answer because I've just not sat down. Yeah, this could be a year. It could be all top 2 seeds. It could be a year where I think you could get 4, 5, 6, 7 seeds possibly contending in there. So, all right, here we go. We got Colson, one off the under the gun, gonna open now with blinds 5,000, 10,000. Standard 3x raise. And here's Sam here. Grinder here at TCH. You see him out here in the streets quite often. And, well, that is a board that connects a little bit better with Colson as he pairs up all hearts, neither player with a heart. And we'll put out a 40K, just about a half-size pot bet, continuation bet. And Sam really has no move that he can make. So, oh, yeah, JTN. Chiming in here as well. We've got a recommendation from YouTube. TCH Dallas having cash game streaming Tuesday and Wednesday. So Tuesday, TCH Dallas going to be streaming 510, no limit cash. And then Wednesday, believe, is pot limit Omaha 125. So for you Omaholics out there, Wednesday is your freaking day, man. All right, Gary K with a Hawkeye avatar says thumbs up. That's my man right there. Stretch saying, well, we know it won't be Duke or Kansas. Kansas, oh, yeah, I mean, you probably mean Kentucky, because Kentucky's not in, and neither's Duke, but. All right, we got Jesse raising after Colton had limped under the gun with the Queen 10. Jesse with less than 8 bigs. About as ideal of a spot as it gets here. So, and now Nate's stuck in a really tough decision because it's just roughly over half of his stack to call the King Queen off. And you've seen Jesse here at the final table, the cash games many, many, many times. So never a surprise to see him here. And could he get looked up here thin? Maybe Colson thinking that he's up against a smaller pair or some random 2-card combo with a button. Because it's very rare that anybody makes that call, but every once in a while, you don't know how somebody's mentality changes. Just said, all right, hey, we'll take a gander and a splash at it. But Jesse's going to pick the hand up without showdown, pick up 3.5 bigs there at that point out of everything in the pot. So that's what we call breathing room out in the tournament streets. Nick from Yuma says, let's make a tournament bracket for TCH players and see who people vote on. I mean, kind of like a heads-up challenge, like just a like mock bracket, like who would you put in the seeds. Damon Williams, the very disappointing take, says, go Illini. Get out of here. They're very good. Holy crap, they're really good, but annoys me as a Hawkeye fan, that's all. That's just all. Anyway, back here to the cash game streets. Again, it's a $165 buy-in. Put the prize pool stuff in the chat. There's 3 ways off the Jack 6 board. All right, we went through the flop, then got here to the turn. Woody here actually still the best of it with ace 10. This was limp pre and a 9er on the end. And going to go check. Woody, they're going to win it at showdown. Nice job. So, all right, we had so many things to cover and just keep you in the loop on. Again, we talked about, the $500K guaranteed tournament coming up beginning to middle of April. Again, this is our WPT STEPS series, Step 1. Again, weekly tournaments each and every Sunday. This is our $7K guaranteed freeze out. So, hey, structure has always stayed the same. Just a little added caveat that now here at the end of the month, $20K guaranteed re-entry tournament, and that is on the last tournament of the month, which if you win that, then you advance to Step 3, which is a semi-annual event. Once we get 6 winners, you'll fight for the right to go to the WPT STEPS Championship. So, as William going to get a walk, so just an honor the occasion. All right, 5K, 10K with a 10K big blind. And I got a lot of sound effects queued up here potentially, so I just want to make sure that they're applicable and you're just not listening to absolute nonsense, which not too big of a deviation on our Sunday show, man. Okay, there's Sharon here with 128K. It's 12, less than 12 bigs. Going to limp, and Colson wakes up here with the ace-king. And with the diamonds, going to make it 30K. It's a really tricky spot here for Sharon. I think there were some situations that you could justify just open ripping, though at a full table, I would have to turn to the nerds to see if that necessarily how would you want to measure that? So this could be a really bad spot here for Sharon as Colson again with the better king and some backdoor diamonds to go along with it. And both of these, yeah, everybody really shallow on some of the stacked ups. So Colson with not all that much, but going to be enough here to put Sharon all in, as she's in for her 98K. And really tough spot here for Sharon, as looking for a queen and a queen alone. Two of them have been out, but you find a miracle lady, or else Colson is going to pick up it all. So diamonds here on the turn, and a 5-ball on the end. And, well, hey, good game. That is our first elimination, as you see, our top 4 paying tonight. And, yeah, hey, hopefully see Sharon out here next week. As, again, we do this each and every Sunday at 2 p.m. with our tournament final table streamed, as always. Okay, let's see. Oh, man, this is why tournaments are so fun. 2 teams from the big... People asking how many Big Ten teams make a Final Four. Huh? They represent a pretty large portion of the field, so... At least one, I would think, but... Take a good old look at this. So I can't get distracted by this. I mean, these chips are due to be flying in at any point. There's a lot of players just with about 15 big blinds or less. And there's your boy, Lottie. He's inevitably probably going to get in the flip here unless Jesse decides to fold ace-king, which I think he could recognize the spot of the pairs that can totally rip here. That and the possible, ace-queens. So, as is, yeah, it does not look like he's intending to fold here. Some good news, though, is Colson here with a king-10, so at least does fold some of the odds for Lottie. I haven't seen him in the chat yet, so I've got hope here. Don't spoil it, Lottie, if you lost this one. We know you're going to win it, though, right? Okay. Well, Colson with some 30K and dead money in the pot. We got ourselves a good old flip. We got a man standing. Will the poker gods finally be so kind here to Lottie? Ace-king versus 8. Let's go. That's... Oh! He's going to have to get lucky. Can he get an 8? Can he get the 8 of hearts? And it's not going to do it. So, Lottie is our second elimination, but got down here to the final table. I'm sure he'll pop out here. Sorry, buddy. He's been out here in the booth here every now and again. Having a pretty good time with it. So, all right. So, 7 players going to remain. Again, top 4 paying. So, Jesse now in a really good chip position after that. So, that is half the skill of this game. Being able to win flips somehow. Jesse able to do that and now sitting in a really great position here. As we've got a really great tournament final table, man. This has been, like I said, with the depths are the way that they are, it's just, you're just going to find players in position that the only thing they can do is get it all in, and that is going to be happening here for Nate, not Nasty Nate. With pocket 3s and whatever Woody decided to rip in, or at least he's at least going to call. And I see some Cowboys there. There's, well, Woody way ahead. Nate going to have to try to spike a 3, make some kind of Broadway combo. And that is a king right there on the board. So that is going to do it here for Nate with, 9 big blind shove under the gun. Or just kind of, I guess it was not under the gun. He was probably 1, 2. Yeah, he's in middle position, so he's essentially like the hijack at that point. So it's What can you do? Woody here with piles and piles on piles.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
So there you go. All right, hey, we got a $3.14 Happy Pie Day super chat from our boy Lottie. Thank you very much. Alan saying, favorite NCAA tournament thing is a draft. Each person gets one team for each seed, 4 people. Yeah, that does actually sound pretty badass. I would rather do something like that than some of the brackets. Just if you had 4 people enough, and well, the brackets are still fun. I'll probably still do like 20 or 30 random ones, just to maybe on the off chance I could just retire the luckiest human being alive. All right, here we go. We've got Professor limping here out of the small blind. Jesse's woken up with King Queen. Colson with over 33 big blinds had limped with pocket threes in the hijack. And as Professor going to fold that one out as we go heads up here between Jesse and Colson. 90K right there in the middle are 2 of our bigger stacks. Oh, my goodness. As we've got top pair here for Jesse, bottom set for Colson. 2 diamonds out there, but if Colson decides to rip, which he is going to play, this looks like relatively smooth. And we'll see if the board texture comes out and such. Nope, it is an offsuit 4. So now Jesse could be just thinking that he's value betting a king with a worse kicker. I'm probably not imagining he's really worried about any straight combo calling him at that point. The limp call. So he's going to get shoved on, and this becomes kind of confusing, I imagine. It's like, is he really just going to say limp call with 5-6 of diamonds? Or like ace-3 of diamonds? It's a really big shove here for Colson, so it's about another 228 more. Okay, Jesse has less, so essentially it's for all of his chips here, and he's trying to figure out, could it be some suited king combo? But he just would have to think that there's so many times he's up against like a king jack, king 10, maybe even king 9. Sometimes even loose enough that you see king 7, but it's just like if he's played with Colson enough. This is a really tricky one. It's very easy to lose your chips in the spot and just sort of say, but he's going to give him credit for a hand, and credit to Colson there. He could have gotten, he could have forced the action there on the flop, but instead, smooth called. Got another 50K out of Jesse here on the turn. So, hey, Buzz. Let's see. Alan saying Alabama versus Ohio State is my Final Four. Revenge for football. Dun, 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 dun. All right, click the like button. Also choose to click subscribe if you've not. Ring of the bell so you get notifications when you know TCH Live is up and running. Here we go. There's guy with an ace and less than 6 bigs. Those got to be getting in the middle there, sir. But it gets another player on in, and maybe a chance to just attack this this flop. It is going to be Woody with the best of it. Guy going to make a 15K bet. We'll leave him 32K back. Sam will get out, and, well, at least a turn card that gives him a little bit of equity. Broadway draw, check and check, and 4 ball on the end. So Woody's still here with the best of it. Guy with 32K back. He's going to make the bet on the end. And Guy is going to be left with less than 3 big blinds and will be, I think, like first to act on the next hand. So, well, you don't see that very often. Let's go on to Mike Luke. Say good fold there to Jesse. Yeah, that was, takes a little bit of discipline. I think he just kind of recognized the spot there as, so at least I think closer to the bubble. Like it's just not going to be some combo weird draw that I'm maybe in some occasions, but all right, Guy. He's going to get it in, so he's got Jack 10 suited. Chance to maybe double or even triple up, but Woody's got pocket 9s. Going to make the call. Guy in as about as good a situation as he can ask for here to double up and then some. Here with the blinds and nannies out there. Flipping here with pocket 9s. And a 10 in the window. Now Woody. Oh, Woody smashes the turn. Oh, boy. I would have said a jack would have been so sick there. And really gross run out there for both those players in a moment as trip 10's flopping and then a 9 just peels off scorched earth on the turn, and we are now down here to the final 5. Well, we got there pretty quick again. Good game there to Guy. Hung on to the very end, and unlucky turn card is going to knock him out. As all right, we continue. Posted some of the payouts. So I guess it's time. Well, I mean, we're in the final 5, so it's time to do our annual straw poll. Press 2 for Colson, 3 for Woody, 4 for the Professor, and 5 for Jesse. Yeah, there you go. All right, Professor here with the 2.5x open, and Colson here with a couple of rockets. So, and we have liftoff as 3-bet here to 75. Professor now here would have to call for, yeah, it's just not a spot or a move he tends to make with that particular kind of hand. And he's going to see, yeah, it was a good fold. Colson also with the ace of diamonds in his hand as well. So, Carlo in the chat saying I got KO'd by Will the Nit and turned flush after my top ladies got smoked.
Ladies.
It's just tough. It's tough to be on the other side of getting knocked out by Will the Nit. But hey, appreciate him though. He sent us a $3.14 Pi Day super chat. As Woody now in the small blind, going to make a 25K bet, and Professor going to go mine in here for some deuces as scanning up. All right. Ace of hearts, 10 of clubs now here for Woody. So again, you can press 1 for Sam, 2 for Colson, 3 for Woody, 4 for the Professor, 5 for Jesse here on our TCH live chat. Sport bricks both players. Three ball here on the turn. Maybe see Professor make a bet if he really feels like. And, well, we'll let Woody get here to the end. And Woody will just flip it up as a matter of fact. Yes, I did hit that ace on the end. So, yeah, I think it's fine. I can imagine maybe the Professor sits there, just I'll take the free card, and just the off chance he has some 9x or some ace fours and stuff like that. So I thought, maybe after the second check back, maybe he might take a stab at it. But
The last Sunday of the month, March.
that is the game here as we remain 5-handed, top 4 ping. Got a couple of votes out there. Thank you, Eli Zurahan. Amazing live streaming. Eli from Finland. Blue Light Matter. Hi from California. Cool. All right. What do you think now, Coulson? A lot of king-queen suited here on this. So, hey, what's going on, Moose Duty? Maritime Law, as always. Just river the like button. Now, that is a great turn. Just river that like button for us. Turn and burn that like button. Burn and turn. I got that. Those expressions. But right now, I don't know. My pick. Here's my pick.
On the next Street Ball, the Professors!
It's got to be the Professor. This man is like a warrior out there in the tournament streets. Well, maybe we're going to be discussing paying out the 5th here. Maybe it's just, maybe Bert. 250? Okay. Okay, cool. All right, so that means we will update. 5th is 200, right? And I imagine they just take 50 out of everything, or... Okay, so we'll update that. Here we go. There's Professor here with Ace Queen.
Put them over here, give them some Legos, lay out a little map with some Legos and Matchbox cards, right?
1472. Okay, here we go. So Professor raising here 2.7x. Coulson here with the call of the King Queen of Hearts as probably draw for Coulson. Professor here top pair Queen kicker. Relatively clean run out for him. And Coulson also with the backdoor heart draw, but 35K bet, about half size pot. It's about a half size pot bet, and Professor not quite deep enough. I think that it just feels like probably the right size bet there. I think he makes it any 20, 15, 20. He might be compelled to at least take a card off there. But join us along here in the chat. Again, this is the Step 1, the Steps Weekly Tournament Series. We have, depending on if there's like a 5th Sunday, I don't know if any of these months have one of them. Just skip one. I guess May, but on the last Sunday of every month is our monthly main event, which is their Step 2, which you got to win that one outright. You advance to Step 3 for the I can't even speak today, Ken. What the heck? What the hell? Semi-annual event, which will lead to WPT Steps 4. Then Woody and Coulson now tangled up here as limp pot pre. Coulson now betting the 9 that he pairs up with. He had a gutter ball. Woody had bottom pair at that point, and Cole's going to win a decent size pot of the 96K, which even, here with some small betting sizes, you can get yourself up quite a bit in some better chip positions. So we see Sam hanging on here for dear life, looking for a double. Jesse here still sitting at, I think, in an okay spot. Just under 10 big, so we will see between seats 1 and 10 here if we're going to be getting it shoved in. So,
Oh, you're right. I was thinking it was 16.
all right, Sam with no hand, Coulson also with nothing, and the Professor here with the second worst hand of poker going to give himself a little bit of a walk. PM says, hey, y'all, I'm on vacay in Northwest Florida. Excellent. Ethan, is it professor or the professor? That is actually a great question. This is probably a time we solve it. I'm going to have to really think about that. All right, Woody here on the button is going to limp. Jesse here will check his option, pair up his 8th on the Jack 8-5 board. 7 ball here on the turn as Jesse picks up a straight draw here with this hand, and bets about half pot. I can't imagine Woody is ever going to want to have to get involved with this. And go ahead and take it down. You guys, I can't imagine you're all here. I'd rather be probably watching the Grammys instead. No, nobody ever wants to watch the Grammys.
Wow, an award statue! Oh, it's a Grammy.
Hey, don't throw your garbage down here.
Yeah, the Grammys are garbage, so watch TCH live instead. Tell your music-loving friends that it's just an award. TCH live is infinite. All right, Colson here with the race up to 32K. And a Sam with no hand, and it's unfortunate for him because he was the big blind in the ante in that spot, and it's just kind of stuck in no man's land. And unfortunately going to have to fold to 5-3. At Mike Gumba, did you watch the Andrew Nemi and Brad Owen stream today? I did not. I mostly napped this afternoon. I was kind of on like a 14-day grind bender, so it's just sort of like, I'm going to try to do nothing today and then just recover and rest. So I'm feeling pretty good. Maybe check that out later on. Is Jesse going to move in here for 34K? And we'll just go ahead and pick up the blinds and Annie. So Sam has got 2, 3 hands. 4 is in the blinds. So why don't I update and repost buy-in and all that good stuff here for friends in the chat. I'm sure if you... Okay, Professor. That's generally what he has been known as, but I call him the Professor because I think he just... But I don't know, is that a rip-off of that letterer dude? I think they called him the Professor, so maybe Professor Professorson. That's always a working title. That is 6K, 12K with a 12K big blind ante. As we continue, the Professor actually going to get a walk here with the Ace-Deuce offsuit. Nick actually asking Mike, but it says, Mike, aside from the payouts, does it have to do with WPT STEPS also? Yeah, so every play that cash will get at least entry into the monthly main event. So Sam here with the King Deuce suited under the gun. So this is probably the best I'm going to ask for. Then maybe hoping my blind hand. Professor here with Queen 4 suited, and Jesse here with the real hand is going to push right in over the top as Professor was hoping like, oh, maybe I could just get a cheap run out here and bust an opponent, and it kind of helps Sam a little bit too, just in the fact that, okay, that's just a little extra dead money in the pot to He's going to have to get lucky, though, but he's still alive. Jesse here with the ace of hearts. Just not help Sam much, but... here we go. Ace-king still looking strong. It's not a board that helps Sam any bit. Gonna need to have to spike a deuce on the end to survive, and it's gonna be the 5 of clubs. Good game. GG. Sam has been busted, and he's gonna take home $200 for it. Nick from here, that's huge. So anybody cash, just get a buy. For the step 2, yeah, anybody cash, get to the step 2 monthly event. And so I guess you could call that a monthly main. Got Liam Merrick here in the chat, Matty J, Ethan, boy Ethan, also out here as well. Ram the like button, press it. Love the like button, be the like button. As we continue here. On our Steps 1 tournament of the 7K, guaranteed to make a stack for you out of Texas Card House in Austin. Mike Major is going to be hosting the show tomorrow night. I've got a softball and a baseball game to do tomorrow, so. Aaron out of town. We had to go deep into the bench, but we found a guy who's done a pretty good job for us here in the past. And I'm always entertained by the great Mike Major. So, all right, Jesse here with a raise up here to 36K. Colson here going to make the call, and Woody forehanded, late position limp. Just kind of seems like, okay, maybe I could take a flop here as CC in the chat streets. All right, the Colson outflops Jesse. And Jesse cannot wait to fold his hand. He's just dejected from the moment the board ran out. So, James and Mike the Mouth Major in town to host. Yeah, I think he'll be. That was the indication I got last night. So, yeah, that would be. Yeah, we had him on, I think, for like a 2-show stretch when I had to go help a friend of mine move. I just enjoyed that. Him and Birch, I think, did one of the Sunday. So, hey, you know, it's an opportunity, I think. Let's talk about what's going on out in Houston. Get pumped up here for the 500K. Have a good show leading into Dallas on a Tuesday. Super producer Carolyn going to be at the controls up there to make sure everything goes smooth city. As we've got Professor with a raise up to Ace-King to 33K. I think it blinds a 6,000, 12,000. About a 3x raise as Woody here with top pair. Not much in the backdoor side of things outside of Broadway. Well, there's a king. Woody here also turns a straight draw here to a jack. Professor hits his card, and he's at least, looks like about 35K. Not bright than 30K, so about like 40% pot and an 8-ball on the end. So the front door hearts get there. I imagine this goes check unless Woody decides he wants to get aggressive, and he will not. So we'll go to showdown. And Professor here with 339K as... Hey, James, yeah, I saw Dallas Live. Going to be going full schedule this week as well. Lots of TCH. Like, literally every single day, man. We got Dealer Greg. Yeah, I know. But yeah, we got Aaron on the shelf. And yeah, it's been a lot of folks are actually participating out in the cash game streets, so... Yeah, I've had a busy week. We had some baseball games. We had 3 live streams last week. A basketball game, a baseball game, TCH. We're going to have softball, baseball Monday. And then I think it's like spring break. So I don't know. They might have more stuff for me, and I'll just keep on talking, and they'll keep on paying me, and the world will keep on swimming. So Woody's going to raise up out of the small blind versus big blind. And we'll pick it up here to 406,000 in tournament chips. As you know, $165 buy-in, 43 entries, $7,095 total of the prize pool. First going for $2,504. Yeah, I said my pick was Professor Like. I think he was due to start running kind of good. Like, he's gotten here a couple of times, not quite been able to get over the top. And he can't keep a good man down for too long. Yes, here we go. Second pair for both Jesse and Woody. Woody, I think, kind of fumbled some chips and slapped out a 30K bet. We'll actually get both players to full. Okay. Jesse's, well, I don't know, maybe he wasn't enough, but it's surprising. But again, top four. Next player to get eliminated will take home $738.
So yeah, we'd all have a lot more money.
So, okay, so we've got Sunday tournament final table, Monday 510 cash, Tuesday 510 cash, Wednesday 125 PLO, Thursday 2-5 match a stack. And so it's, hey, I think we're going to have a little bit more dynamic lineup of games to be streamed. I mean, I feel so envious for the folks that really love all this content, because you're just being able to, I mean, just in poker stuff in general, like, you're just going to get so much more. Then, hey, when you got free time, some nights maybe might be better for you. As Professor here with a raise up. Here to King 10 suited. I know some of the California rooms, maybe they'll be back in action at some point. So it's great for the game of poker all throughout Texas. And all throughout Texas again here on April 8th through the 11th, the $500K guaranteed tournament. $800 buy-in, again, 8th through the 11th. Day ones on the 8th and 9th and 10th. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, with day two. Regardless if you play in Austin, Houston, Rio Grande Valley, or in Dallas, day two is going to be in Dallas. So I will keep hammering that home, because you never know who's tuning in for the first time. Maybe hasn't heard of it. It's thinking like, Texas here in April sounds like a mighty fine time. All right, as we continue here. Colson here with the Jack 10 of clubs, going to raise up to 32K. Just under 3X. And going to get it folded here from the blind. So, James, day one final table streamed, or just, well, I mean, I think they're just going to play down to a percentage of the field. So, I don't know if there'll be any time in the beginning to like stream part of it during. Not totally. I mean, yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I think they just promote and just talk about feature tables or any of that kind of stuff. It's. I'm not sure. I mean, Robert Pape is trying to get me some stakes for it, so we shall see. So as we remain four-handed, 6K, 12K. On our 7K guarantee tournament final table, WPT Step 1. Also happening out here again, Monday, quad jackpots. Tuesday, quad jackpots. Wednesday, again, quad deuces. On Monday, quad threes. On Tuesday, and quad fours. paying out 100% of the jackpot, which $200 rollovers, which we are currently at $600, and that's, again, cash games. At TCH, your local TCH, tell them Texan Maki sent you. Country Maki, I want you to go out there and hit those quads. All right, it's Professor. 8 of hearts, 8 of diamonds. Going to raise up here to 42K. See if maybe Woody opts for a limp call, 30K. I mean, he's feeling like it's pretty deep enough, but this is all right. King 9 of diamonds is relatively playable four-handed. It's just, you're in a guessing game with the Professor, as he is going to flop a straight draw here to a queen. Professor here going to bet it. He's not afraid of any of the Broadway combos that he might perceive Woody to limp call with it. So I guess they could think there's a lot of small pairs, suited connectors that might limp call spot, some suited aces that it's like eights betting for either value or protection. So James also saying, anyone want action a Professor to make the pick 6 for Austin? Totally my pick for one of the step 3 6 here. So that'd be an interesting prop. Like I don't know what kind of odds you'd be able to get on that, but I'm sure there's somebody degen enough to do so. No, I kid. You guys aren't degenerates. Here we go. Gonna have hey, junior producer Seth out here dealing. And hey, 42 likes and climbing. Very good. Appreciate it. Share the link. Just appreciate any exposure out there to new players or viewers. Any chance we get. Also happening this week, too, Thursday, we've got our meetup game and live stream with the Queen of Felt and E. McKenzie at Top Level Poker. Will be good to see the Queen in the house. Been working hard on our game with the Sulphur Y crew and Berkey, so she's been playing pretty much nonstop for quite a while. So we'll see, hey, if her game's a little more smooth this time around. So I think Blue Poker, vlogger from Los Angeles, he's been talking about coming out here for months. So I'm glad this is the time that's going to be finally happening. So look forward to see how he does. Give him a good old country market welcome out here in the TCH live streets. We don't care where you're from, even if you're from California. Bless your heart. No, okay, I don't want to go that far. Speaking of degens, where's Steam Dola? I'm not sure. That's all right. Probably out crushing dreams. Finding himself a good dice game somewhere. All right, we got Coulson here with some Cowboys. 24K and a min range, so Professor at least priced in to take a flop here with the deuce 5 of clubs and a set here for Coulson. Not much, but backdoor clubs and potentially a wheel draw, but I don't think he's going to have a chance to even see a card. To even ponder it for more than a couple of seconds, as we'll go ahead and lay it down. CC, ever going to get Ryan DePaulo on here speaking on D-John? DePaulo would be kind of like a fun one, but I'm sure. Yeah, he's really more of like a tournament vlogger, so I'm sure that would make for an interesting experience. Williams saying, see, Jesse hasn't punted my chips yet. No, he has not. He's been taking pretty good care of them.
That's as good as money, sir. Those are IOUs. Go ahead and add it up. Every cent's accounted for.
All right. Oh, wait, we did get a DePaulo mention, so we do have to play that. Automatic. It feels like if anybody says parkour, you know, that's the horn sound. Is Colson going to limp, Professor going to raise, and Jesse going jamming. Jamming Jesse all in here for 202K. Back here to Colson. It just limped, and not probably back to Professor, I would imagine. Who is just... Oh, wow, he is going to call here. There may be just enough out there that he decided that this could be a random King X jam. Gonna need clubs. He's not going to get it. And a 3-ball here on the end. So I'm going to have to kind of retrace my steps here as to how we got to this point, because I guess once he makes it a 46K raise, Jesse moves in for like 150 more. So it's like less than 150. Yeah, okay.
I don't think Jesse's chip count's right.
Okay, we may not have had Jesse's stack right. So I was gonna say it seemed like he had a lit. Not quite at that amount at this point. So, all right, here is here is 6,000, 12,000 with the 12,000 big blind. Annie. Still four-handed here at the WPT STEPS 1 tournament. Here's the Professor on the button. And I think he's probably got a little bit... I would think he has to have more than 125K as well. So it looks like over 160, 170, 180. All right, so Woody has made a pair in a straight draw. And we've got Professor here, straight draw, flush draw. Everybody's got a part of this. Colson also with some backdoor diamonds. As we see the equity splits is Woody right now with the best of it with a pair straight draw. And it is an ace here on the turn. Woody's still here with the best of it, but going to allow the free card on the end, and Woody's actually hand is still going to hold. Just needed a fade of spade or a queen that he held in his hand. And he may decide to fire here in this spot. And actually, maybe he's going for value, or if he's just kind of turning his hand into a bluff, figuring that he's got to get a jack to fold, which is probably the logical explanation. It'd be surprising to see if Colson. No, he's not. As we continue on TCH Live out here in Austin, Texas. Milan Selfish, the great governor of Texas, say no mask needed, LOL. You're a very funny man, Milan. We're private business. So we can say, hey, put on the damn mask. All right, I won't do Country Mikey anymore. I can imagine that gets kind of grating. Some people love it, though. All right, as we continue, they're just chat trolls. It's never anybody that's... Let's see, what do we got going on here in the room, too? So we got like 4, 1, 2, no limit with bomb pot tables, a 2-5, along with our tournament final table. As V facepalm emoji. Mwah! Hello, lady. The Colson now with the blinds 8K, 16K. Blind versus blind. As we're going to go off to our flop scanning. Let's see if we get a run out here as okay, they both pair their 10 Woody. Here with a straight draw though to a queen. Colson had bet 25K. Bet at 45 and even Woody with a straight draw now with the ace pairing. Could see so many more hand combos that would be way ahead of him that decides that. Alright, we're still hanging around fourth. Now we'll see if we get these demps updated. His blind's getting 8K, 16K. Oh boy, nothing like a good old mouse debate. Get everybody fired up. Let's just enjoy some 2-card. But if you're listening 4-card, again, TCH Live Dallas also going to be streaming on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Tuesday being our 510 No Limit, and Wednesday being 125 PLO. There we go. Woody here with ace-9, a professor with 10-5, as nobody has really connected on this board. The ace-9 is still the best. As 3-ball here on the turn now gives Colson a flush draw, straight draw. And I think a bet probably is going to force everybody out because nobody has any real reason to continue other than maybe Woody floats with ace, but he definitely does not look like he's going to do that. So there's another hand going on there to Colson. So what are you guys doing here? This is Sunday, 9 p.m. We got robbed of an hour by the Time Lords. I'm not happy, but I hope like you guys are having fun though.
You fellas been doing a bit of boozing, have you? Sucking back on Grandpa's old cough medicine?
No, oh no.
All right. I had a little bit the other night, so. Dealer Greg, what did you say about Wednesday PLO? That'll be at part of the TCH Dallas live streaming. So Dallas is going to be streaming No Limit 510 on Tuesday, and then PLO on Wednesday night. So I guess we're at the stage here. We're counting all the chip stacks to get them appropriated. James Daylight Savings is amazing. Well, he's like a military guy that can actually like function and get up or not get up. Like I just can't do it. It's Ethan. I love it when it's 8 p.m. and the sun is shining. All right, JTN, $10 super chat. Keep my priorities straight. Remember to tip the dude talking for doing his thing. You're doing the Lord's work, good sir. We appreciate it. I actually I guess I probably don't mind it once the sun is out later. It's easier to wear my dog out because there's just going to be more people out there at the park versus once it gets dark. Nobody wants to come out because they're afraid they're going to get like attacked or something. And I still have the same fear myself. It's just some fucking random hobo trying to run up on you. Not based in any reality or anything, but I've never pretended to be one. Anything more than just kind of a weirdo that's always been talking here. That's me. All right, Woody here with the ace-5 offsuit. Not going to actually fold into the gun, and Colson can't believe it. How the hell did I get a walk? James, like, you get up for anything early? No, I don't. I definitely do not. I think it's not like I've ever had a really good one, but like once you just get acclimated to being a nighttime person, it's just very difficult to switch up and change gears unless you absolutely have to. So prime riding hours. Nighttime is when my mind is most at work and creativity shines. But probably can't help that all these rain total body fuels are probably still pumping through my system. So, all right, small blind, big blind here between Colson and Woody. Ba-da-ba-ba. Let's see a polar dealer. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, 10-9-5. Top pair for both players. And Woody here with the worst kicker, but still some potential here for some chop outs if we see, a board pair or a decent. Going to raise up now here by Colson as Woody will take a card as 10 here on the turn. It's going to be devastating here for Woody, but he's still in not too bad a position still to chop this. Win it outright with a 6. Now what do you do if you're Colson here in this spot? Like it just... You have Woody calling the check raise on the flop and then betting the turn spade. That it's just... I can't imagine he's sitting there feeling like Woody's betting a lesser 10 in this spot. So we'll see if we get ourselves a nasty river, and it's a 9. So, okay, we do have a chop pot here at this point. If it were a 4-3 or deuce, Colson, or I guess a 7 too. So a 7, 3, 4, or deuce would have won it outright. Pretty much any card above that was going to lead to a chop unless Woody was able to get him out of the pot, which once the 9 came, that was not happening. Oh, let's see. Ethan with an almost bannable take says, Youngblood, it's time to lose the dog and get a lady friend. They're not mutually exclusive. You can have one, yeah, that's JTM, Mike, and I both agree that breakfast at noon is a good thing. Hell yes. Ba-da-ba-ba. What's going on, Steam Dola? Steam Dola here in the chat. Hashtag Steam Team. Hashtag Stream Team. Welcome on in here to the show. So we still remain four-handed here between... Or Nick's asking, I think they're like, it's like a palm shirt or like a Hawaiian shirt. Woody's always got a pretty good sense of humor. So, and he's also got a couple of ladies. He's going to get no action here. But Professor now down to 6 big blinds. Jesse with 14 bigs and Colson and Woody in control as... No, don't worry about it, Steam Dola. Sorry I couldn't make it Thursday. We had a pretty good show. And you know me, it's not ever too difficult to let me ramble on for 4 hours. James Mike House announcing for Lake Travis Baseball this year. Mike, all his future D1 stars must be fun. Better work on the home run call this year. Yeah, I had a parent message me that a lot of the alumnus that were watching that first game really enjoy it. So you got a couple of guys that are in the minor league system and playing in big programs that got a kick out of it. So, yeah, that's an encouraging sign that some of the guys who are like some of the best that have come through there are like, yeah, that's good. So a lot of parents saying nice things. So it should make for a fun year. I'm going to be exhausted by the time I get to June, but that's shit. I got an offer to do like 2 games just right as we were doing the show. So I can't say no to like anything. It sucks. All right, queen here on the turn here for Coulson as gutter ball for Professor. Coulson could go ahead and bet his hand. The Professor not going to call with his, and we'll take it on down as let's see. Summon boy, we have Ethan saying have a dog is like a hobo live in your house. This guy is totally a cat person. I don't know. I don't tend to use the ban feature too often, but Ethan's it's starting to test my nerves here, pal. No, I can't. Yeah, it is kind of. It is kind of that way, especially if mine is relatively active. But he's a great wingman too, so yeah, that comes with a positive too. All right, still four-handed against step one. WPT STEPS, step one, 7K guaranteed tournament. I don't know if we have any of the folks here in the WPT in the chat. We had them in here with us last week to answer questions. I think many, have, or at least I think it's starting to make more sense, I think, for most people now. So, again, if you have any questions on it, make sure pop on here in the comments section, here in the chat. Woody raising up with the ace, queen of spades. Coulson. Ace high spades going to flop here for Woody. 5 of clubs here on the turn. As neither Coulson or Woody with any part of this one until we get to the end. Again, Woody with spades misses, and he's not going to bet here on the end. What a gentleman. He just sort of says, I will flip up my ace because, to be fair, he was not going to be able to get much value for it. So, somebody asking a question here about Chaz. I saw Chaz finally got to go to a Spurs game this year. I was watching his stories. He was all hyped for that. So, I think some folks here in Texas are going to get to step out of it in their stadiums and watch some of their teams, man. All right. Yeah, I saw the Rangers are going to be like 100% capacity. So I'm just like, okay, well, we'll see how that works. I mean, next we can open the door and open the roof, and I think should be fine, but I just imagine, will they actually fill 100% capacity beyond opening day? Are people going to, all right, we got the Steam Dola special, the number 2 ranked Steam Dola Pocket 8 combo. Coulson here opens out of the small blind with ace 8 of diamonds and a re-raise. Okay, wait a second here. That was... Okay, so was Coulson that raised Woody called? I was under the impression. Okay, Coulson called, then Woody raised. Then Coulson calls. Okay, that makes more sense. There we go. Dab on him. Now an 8 high board, about perfect as it gets for Woody, as we'll bet 75K. And I'm going to go ahead and take it down. V, laying down the law in the chat. That's what I'm talking about right there. Michael Schultz in the WPT series likely postponed until late August, September. Yeah, it's just sort of... I think I wonder if you just get to that point by that you feel 100% assured that you're also going to have the ability to get people from outside the country in. So I haven't looked into it, but let's go ahead and take it down. I'm kind of just wondering when some of the other rooms are going to drop the plastic stuff and just kind of stick with just the maps only. Like, I mean, I've just sort of seen that as having to be the thing in the Floridas and Vegas rooms and that kind of stuff. Like, that's kind of the question. I'm curious as to when will all these other rooms finally be free of that. Matt Mass, like, hey, if you want to argue efficacy, fine. Like, you're entitled to your views, but some of it more ridiculous than the last. But it's sort of like just having our sample size of, like, since June of Mass at the table, and it seems like everything has been mostly good. That just seems like that the plexiglass is just overkill. But we got Professor jamming here with the Jack 10. Jesse here with the Ace 9 of clubs. And a straight draw here for the Professor. A pick to click. Will he do it? Will he spike a king? And it's not going to happen. But Professor has been knocked out in a fourth place. And Jesse going to take his chips there here with the Ace 9 of spade. But it's all right. We are still very big fans of the Professor.
On the next Street Ball, the Professors!
It's from a obscure show called Cheap Seats that used to have the Sklar brothers. Bob, 2021 WSOP is online this year. Oh, I can imagine. There'll probably be 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 series that they'll try to implement on there. I don't really have a whole lot of opinions on the Vanessa Cade Bilzerian stuff. Like, it's just, I think I probably would echo a lot of what Berkey said on his vlogcast. That it's just like, it just seems unfortunate that we have to do this, to have these kind of discussions, just to be like, hey, let's just be decent human beings and not, let Dan Bilzerian just say completely anything he wants without repercussion. So, tricky one, and I don't want to get into it here. But all right, Jesse now 20 big blinds, though still in contention. That's right, Steam Dola, mixed game legend. Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there. So, all right, yeah, for anybody though that picked the Professor just like me.
Son of a... That's gonna leave a mark.
Strata Master 2.5 pound patties welded together with cheddar cheese, lots of sauteed onions, mushrooms on a Texas toasted bun. Woody here gonna get a walk out of the big blind. 2 1/4 pound patty. Okay, that's sounds like a decent Whataburger. Michael Schultz saying, that's all I'll watch Fauci throw a pitch again. That's why I lost all faith in anything he said. Yeah, that can be a really defeating public image if you're the guy tossing out a first pitch at a game and you just lay out like a total bunny. Just like a worm hopper, just right there in the dirt. Nothing will kill the man spirit, or like, or that time in King of the Hill where Hank shook George W. Bush's hand and didn't want to vote for him because he thought he had a weak handshake. All right, Jack 8 versus 9s here for Coulson. Raises on the button, and it's going to make second pair. Woody facing a 40K bet, 2 overs to his pair. Will at least take one card here to the turn to see if maybe Coulson decides to slow down. Could always just smash a 9 too. That's check and check, and now 2 pairs. Most assuredly, wow, we've got a lead here after the check back. Woody does not know Coulson is 2 paired up at this point, and it is probably it's a little bit hairy because Coulson probably does feel like he just has to call here because any king, any 5 would be ahead of him. And not going to opt to raise, going to turn pair at the bottom card, so he's still behind any potential King X or any 5X. And Texas Toast is GTO, says Carlo. Yeah, I do not mess when you go to Whataburger. Like, I do not mess with regular bun. Forget regular bun. That is, it's always Texas toast, and it's probably hazardous to my health, but it's 20 times more delicious than just your run-of-the-mill hamburger bun, and that's, yeah, that is the takes that everybody was definitely tuning in here for. All right, Woody here with a limp on the button to 16K. The Ace 7 board, eh? So, Woody, all over this one. Gonna go ahead and bet on it once it gets checked too. And go ahead and take it down. James, Whataburger greater than any fast food burger. This always gets people riled up here too, because there was somebody that had an absolutely dog shit, like, fast food rankings, and I think they were using, like, the baseball metric. Like, scouting baseball, like, they'll grade players on a curve from, like, 20 to 80. So, like, when you look at the 5-tool speed, hitting, arm, like, 80 is like you've got just, top-level speed or top-level hitting ability. And it was like Chipotle was up there. I'm going to find this poll because it was just absolute blasphemy. So, all right, Woody and Coulson battling here as we stick to three-handed. Bottom pair now for Coulson. Nothing here for Woody, and we'll check back. Niner on the turn gives, on the lower side of things here, a straight draw, 6 through 9. Yeah, going to go ahead and take it down with a turn bet. Yeah, every once in a while, that's the thing that will get people just riled up online. If you start, like, power ranking foods from fast food places. Like, it's... Oh, I can't. Dr. John, what do you mean? Chipotle is very good. Like, no, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just also saying, like, when you're trying to put on a top scale of, like, what fast food tier list. I'm gonna make, because I have to keep in mind my Twitter follow universe is probably much more bizarre than most. So, all right, Jesse gonna pick up a walk in the small blind. Okay. I mean, the thing about Whataburger is they're everywhere around here. Like, and they're always open. You don't have to worry about one that's closed. It can be 5 a.m., 1 in the afternoon. Most of the menu available. So, this one not far from here, too. So, all right, Coulson and Woody tangled up as blinds 10K, 20K. I remember there's a poker tournament happening. All right, trip 4 is here for Coulson. And a king here on the turn here for Woody. Well, that one is going to go there to Coulson then with the trip 4. So, let's see. Michael Schultz, everyone have a great night. Oh, and pray for Meghan Markle. She's had it rough, folks. Yeah, so all of a sudden we now have all these hot takes out there, and it's just sort of, I don't know. I think anybody who just tries to be empathetic, that regardless of whatever your like situations are and circumstances and stuff, like you can still be bummed out by stuff and still feel intimidated, frightened, and just legitimately creep the hell out, regardless of your circumstances. And I can still be like, yeah, that's probably not ideal. And I think it's just fine to say that. But I just don't know much about the monarchy, and they just seemed like really weird. So, all right, Dealer Greg says Whataburger sucks. Yeah, hey, fair enough. I'll also accept that take. Like if you're just, and I imagine if you've got a really high standard and you make your own damn good burger, you know, you're not totally wrong on that. I mean, there has been some in and outs here that I've gone at, just like, is this it? And I'm like, yeah, hey, I'm not sitting there like, this sucks. I'm just sitting there like, yeah, this is a hamburger. It's fine. All right, Junkie Hand versus Junkie Hand. What everybody came here for. Middle pair here for Jesse. Zachary McComb. What up, gentlemen? Give me a shout out. What's up, Zach? P.S. Shakes saying, by weird, do you mean incestuous? Yeah, that's probably it. That is most likely the case, so. All right, hanging on here to three-handed. What are we, like almost 2 hours into this bad boy or so? Yeah, just about. Yeah. We're 90. Okay, so only. Yeah. Okay. Decent. Still hanging on here at three-handed. Colson here with Ace Jack. Jesse here with the Queen Jack. And, of course, the Jack King off is the trademark. The Great goes all in.
Hey, guys. It's your boy, G-Money. Welcome back to the poker vlog.
Love me some Great goes all in. All right, raise here to 60 here for Jesse. We'll see if Colson connects. He's going to have a straight draw Jesse, though, with two pair. Colson not going to get too aggressive with this. We'll see if he can pair up or smash a 10. Five ball here on the turn as a bet here is 60. As now, three ball here on a turn as just going to get all the way here to showdown here with the best of it. Mike Unstinks, welcome to Texas Woke House, folks. Yep, we're all right. Let's come on. Let's have some fun here. Let's click that like button. Click subscribe. Again, we're streaming like 5 days. We're going to be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So that's just like a whole full slate of things. We got our Monday, 5:10, Cash, our friend Mike Major, GM Mike Major of Houston, going to be hosting. And I'll see if I can pair him up with any of your favorites here to ensure Mikey has a good time. And be nice to our dealers, Greg. That's all right. Here we go. Fours, non-deuce, 8-7 here as 4 right there in a window. A straight here for Colson, so we got some fireworks. Colson has got Jesse covered, a chance. Here for this to get really nasty quickly. So Woody's got, now he does have a straight draw, I guess, to a 3. I can't imagine that he's going to try to take a card in this spot. All right, a 3 ball here on the turn. Colson also here with a straight flush draw to go along with the straight. Draw here to the 5 of diamonds. His diamonds are live, and this gets tricky here for Jesse. That it's just a big enough bet size. I mean, it just, wow, he's going to get away from it. Colson led at it after he flopped the nuts and then continued there on the turn, and Jesse managed to find a way to get away from that hand. Really well done there by Jesse. Okay. Oh, yeah, I got a lot of questions. Greg chiming in. Empirical data, sir. It doesn't like Whataburger. That's fine. I'll be able to check it out. Yeehaw, Mike, says that Barrage. James asking a question. Pupils per Hall of Fame. I think he meant Pujols. When our pupil. Okay, but from his. Yachty. Yeah, that's a good question if Yachty Molina makes it. Usually, all the guys who've made it in as catchers had really strong, like, offensive resumes. And, like, I just don't know enough about what his hitting numbers have maintained down here, but Woody here flopping top pair when it went check, turns the aces when he begins to bet. Jesse really only with a gutter butter to an 8. He is going to go ahead and lay it down. All right. Mike Unstinks, a billionaire, interviews millionaire about problems, is how someone put it. Yeah, I get it. The optics can look pretty transparent, and it's all just really great content. So it's just like, okay, well, that's what it is. Again, all right, let me post the payouts, buying, and all that good stuff. Next player to get eliminated going to be out with $1,021, and they're buying for the Step 2 monthly event going to be set right for them. So we'll see who is going to be the one being in first here tonight between Colson is running well. Woody's been playing pretty well. Jesse hanging on, picking his spots, and making a lot of really good folds as Ethan asking about catchers hitting is like asking a running back to catch. Well, I'm just meaning as to scale a lot of the great catchers that have gotten Hall of Fame nods, because that's just generally how the debates work, is just sort of like, do you have something special on the resume that matches up with the people that have hit a lot of these metrics and marks that baseball people really care about. I really don't care about Hall of Fames for the most part. But I think the only one that's ever had any standards that are really high that makes it more interesting is baseball. Every other sport is kind of, I guess the NFL is just kind of okay. Like they because there are just so many more players, I think it's just been so many more names that you have to include every year, where baseball's just so much more selective that was what makes the debates more interesting. All right. Let's do. What are we doing here on our like counter? I see 57 likes right now. What the?
But the
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Some rookie numbers up here in this racket. All right. So top and bottom here for Colson. Jesse here with a straight draw. And going to go ahead and take it down. So people talking about the great catchers of their time here. Johnny Bench, Benito Santiago. Maybe you guys forgot a guy by the name of Jake Taylor. Played for the Cleveland Indians. About a little respect, huh? Okay. As Jesse, they're going to take it down here with a raised pre-flop. So Jesse and Woody pretty close. They're all chasing Colson, our chip leader. And if you have dreams of tournament lore in your future, you think, man, I'd love to get here on a tournament final table, or just even play in a big-time tournament. We have our $500K guarantee multi-day club tournament through the April 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Day ones in Austin, Houston, Rio Grande Valley, and 2 day ones per day in Dallas at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Again, check all our details on TexasCardHouse.com. Give it a little click skis. Give it a little Googles. All right, open-ended straight draw here for Woody. Nine ball here on the turn, so Jesse had made second pair. Woody had called with a straight draw. Hits one of those overs and in position at this point. I would be shocked to see him fold this hand. So, all right, we got a call by Woody. Our good boy, our boy Seth. Going to put it out on a river. We've lost Woody, but he's reemerged. 9 ball here on the end is... That's not an error. It's literally just dark on that side of the room across the table. It's a really huge phenomenon. It's, Woody going to win it here as... It looks like just the camera went off. My bad. That's all right. I just wanted to see how long you would go with it. So, as ship a decent sized pot over there to Woody with trip 9s. Mentioning Pudge Rodriguez, of course. All right. CJ Good. 3 players battling it out. More cards, bigger hands coming up. Cool. All right, Thomas Sowell chat here. This guy is just a hit at parties. I love it when we can just bring culture war stuff into things that aren't this show. As we got Jesse with the race up here to 60K. Woody here with the 5-4 suited. Yeah, I think we've got an issue here with that. Woody going to lay it down here, Prius. Will not try to take on Jesse at this point. Does Ed, Mike, does TCH sell baseball caps? Yeah, we got like the kind of trucker style hats. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're like a fitted baseball cap type of deal, but original Pudge, Carlton Fisk, right on. Yeah, I guess name off some of your favorite MLB catchers of all time. I'm going to have to really think about this. Might have had to probably be Joe Mauer for sure. until concussions, I think, kind of took away what he was able to do back there. But it's just an all-time good Minnesota guy up there. As Colson here with the 9 triz, not going to tangle up with the ace-9. As we'll continue rocking here in the free world on TCH Live. Mike Mlb, the dude talking to producer Carolyn. If you want to follow us on Instagram, do so tch.atx. I am at Hoops Mike. Trucker hats, 2004 Colt. I don't know, because they're not like baseball hats, but it's just sort of like they have that. Like, I don't wear hats often, so I'm just a no hat kind of guy. So here we go. Ace-10 suited here for Colson. Looks like he's going to make a 6x, or excuse me, a 3x raise to 60. And Jesse here with the chalked on nuts is not going to defend. Jay Cheris says Piazza. Yeah, of course, the great Mike Piazza. All right. All right. Looking up MLB best catcher of all time for every team. Fisk, Ernie Witt for the Blue Jays, Aaron Navarro, that shows you how bad. And Yogi Berra. Victor Martinez during that time was really something else, too. I always really liked him. Salvador Perez. As Astros fans probably remember Brad Osmus. Brian McCann. Gary Carter. Jonathan Lucroy back when he could play. Jason Kendall for the Pirates, of course. Let's see, Buster Posey. Not quite what he used to be, but man, there was some times there he was a hell of a player. So, all right, no action there for Jesse on the ace queen of clubs. Ethan says, if the hat can fit on the Knits head, I will donate to SPCA. Yeah, Biggio was a catcher for a first stretch, and then move to a second. Because, again, we're still hanging out three-handed. As we've got Jesse raising, Woody calling here with the ace-9 offsuit. He's calling in the dark here, folks. All right. Well, not a board that Woody will connect with. Jesse going to put out a standard C-bet and get a standard fold. And Woody is just going to mosey on out of here, son. As we continue here, TCH Live. We hit that 15K sub mark, so party on, Wayne. And now going to be streaming all across the week, so subscribe, turn on notifications. That way you know when the Dallas game's on. We got our meetup game Thursday with Queen of Felt and E. McKenzie, a.k.a. at Top Level Poker. Our friend Think Blue Poker coming out from California. Come on out here and play the game. And surprised he's not in here yakking about every Dodgers catcher that's ever played. All right, Woody here. Going to flop top and bottom. Jesse with no part of this with the 7 Dewey. Full house for Woody out of the small blind. And once we get the 40K bet out there. And we'll continue. Bam, 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 bam. All right, so I'm getting kind of looking around at the NCAA tournament bracket. I really didn't watch a ton of college basketball this year, outside of Texas, Iowa, and a little bit of the Big 12 kind of stuff. So I don't really have any insight. There looks like some 1 or 2 seedings that look a little bit tougher than the other. I think if you're a Texas fan, I think you're actually not feeling too bad about the Michigan's apparently got a player hurt. Like, I think they're always going to have to play really good games. And Abilene Christian actually kind of worries me here in the first round because I think they've been playing teams pretty tough this year. But Nick from Yuma's, UConn, Huskies could be in the mix. Alabama, this is not bad, and so we shall see as we go back out into the chat streets. Got $165 buy and 43 entries into this. And if you want to join us every Sunday, that is at 2 p.m. So we're going to have a Tuesday tournament next month. James saying Yachty, nighttime all-star, nighttime gold glove. Yeah. Once I think you've got the hardware like that, too, that probably plays out pretty well for him. I think that. Yeah, I would think so. He's all right. Still three-handed here tonight on TCH Live. Join Mike Major again tomorrow night. Be filling on in as I got to do softball. Gonna do baseball. Then I think I'm gonna do volleyball Tuesday for college. So I'm kind of geared up for that. We'll see if we can confirm that or not. So. TCH here. We got our first Dallas 5:10 stream Tuesday and Wednesday, 125 PLO, and our Thursday meetup game. All right. All right, so Woody now facing the Rays with a couple of ladies. You thought I was going to scream it, didn't you? You thought I was going to just yell right into your ears. But a pair of queens going to take it down. Respond here, no text. GTN, Joel saying, hey, listen to James. He knows what he's talking about. Yeah. I think if you frame the argument that way, 9-time All-Star, 9-time Gold Glove, lifetime over 40%. Like, it's the Hall of Fame's really fickle, but it's like if you've just been predominant in some of those categories, like you're gonna always have a pretty good chance there in the end. So. As the Rays up here to 40K, Colson going to put in a 3-bet. And applying some pressure there out of the blinds is just going to be forced to lay it down. So, Ethan, no Pete Rose, no Barry Bonds, no Hall of Fame. Yeah, I get that. I think I've always, gone along with the Colin Cowherd argument that it is the Hall of Fame. It's not the Hall of Stats necessarily to a degree. But that's why, Baseball Hall of Fame is just more exclusive. It just has more stuff that makes it harder to get into, so you get into a lot of these debates. And especially when it comes to stuff where it's like you're judged for some of the ancillary stuff that you tie into Rose and Bonds, and you all know it. So, all right, we still remain three-handed. Whew. Fire your way into that like button, re-enter the like button, rebuy the like button, shove all in on the like button, elbow drop, boom. Colson here with a raised 60K. Woody here with the J3 off is, again, really shallow stacks here. Colson in control, 15K, 30K. With blind levels going up every 25 minutes. As Jesse, I believe, the short stack. Woody second, Colson first at this point in time. Jesse hanging on in there. Woody now here with Jack King off. We love you, Greg. All right. Jesse here with ace queen. Hey, Jeremy in the box as well. That's right, the dealer Greg. As gonna put in a 3-bet here to 120. See if Woody decides he wants to make a move here or not. That revolves all of those chips going to the middle. I think sometimes you enter this stage, not whether that's really a correct move, but you can see players at this point, once it's stacked up, start to get, they just kind of pick a hand and go with it. And Woody is seeing a raise back here to 60K. Going to make the call. Top pair here for Jesse is going to make the shove. Go ahead and take it down. So they'll flip stacks here. It's now Jesse climbing up here to second. Colson still in control, but 15K, 30K, anything can happen here. From here on out. So I was like many people, voted for the Professor. I thought Professor was going to win this. And then it just didn't work out. So now I feel like a moron. More so than usual. But it is what it is. Any of you guys follow at Evil Mopac ATX? Oh, God, that's my favorite Twitter account. One of my favorite Twitter accounts. He's currently put up a post, the worst drivers in Austin bracket. And let's see, the number 1 seed is oversized SUV, 2 luxury car, aka BMW. The 3rd seed is massive pickup truck. 4th is the Prius Volt. Wine Mom SUV is the 7th. Yeah, that is going to be a really competitive bracket there in the worst drivers in Austin March Madness. Follow that account at Evil Mopac ATX for high-quality content. And our Instagram at tch.atx. Diamonds here for Woody. Colson here with middle pair. Let's see if Woody's going to make the jam here. It's going to be 135 call to Colson, who already put a 60K bet there. And now his best hope obviously is beating diamonds. That's exactly what Woody has. Will he take the chance here? Little does he know he has the best of it, but I think we're counting out Woody's stick. We have lost the camera here, so... And I'm probably blaming it on E. McKenzie. He probably mushed the camera. We started talking about him, and then one of our cameras goes out. I think that's not unrelated. It's back here to Colson after Woody jams here, and he's got the folding motion. And going to go ahead and take it down. So nice bet there by Woody. Get some recovery. So we still hang on here to our last 3. We also got progressive savings here at Texas Card House. The more you play, the more you save. So if you play for 5 hours or more, that's 20% off your hourly rate. If you play for 7 hours or more, it's 30% off. And if you play 10 hours straight, get 40% off your time at Texas Card House, Austin. Again, if you would like to participate in this fine, wonderful program that we call TCH Live, You can email tchlivelist@texascardhouse.com or text 512-843-1971. All right, King 5 deuces. This is poker really after dark here, I guess, as Woody's camera's out. That's okay. That's okay. 5 and 5, and Jesse with the queen high as nobody pairs up. All of the 9s out, and Jesse holds on to a really strange board. As William Lottie says, in Texas, my vote is always pick up with the unsecured load as the vote for the worst drivers in Austin. Yeah, it's just also like there's most aggressive and then there's just mostly like bad. So I get like really frustrated with sometimes because people, and I'm not saying people play here at TCH, I'm just saying like when I'm out there in the streets, if there's somebody out there in a BMW or some shit, not going to use his blinker. I had some guy in a Lexus just fucking roar on his horn the other day, and I just about wanted to lose my stuff because it was his fault. Okay, we got Woody here with ace-10. We got Colson here with king-10, and 3 aces here for Woody. He's going to double up here to $675K. So while I was rambling, Woody was shoving in the dark because he's going to take a really big pot off of Colson. And now climb north of over 600K. Not putting himself here in the driver's seat does. We got a lot of white chip, or excuse, not a lot of white chips. We got a lot of the yellow chips, the 1,000 tournament chips. Pinks are 5K. The oranges are 25K. So kind of at the stage in the game where we could probably color. I guess maybe we can color up some of those as we count out. And just make it easier, I think, for all the players here as we remain three-handed, because the next level after this is going to be 20K, 40K, I believe. Yeah, this is the WPT STEPS series, but our freeze-out structure stays exactly the same as always. So after this, again, 20,000, 40,000 with the 40,000 big blind ante, and the level after that, 25,000, 50,000, or the blind. So, Randy N, WTF, $2,000 for first. Wow, what a small tourney. Well, it's also part of the prize pool that's going within the WPT STEPS series. So just, one of the caveats to keep in mind, too, is that each of these players is also advancing to Step 2. So it's partially a satellite, and it's partially, the majority of which is the freeze-out tournament. So Colson now here, one of these short stacks. Going to make the call out of the small blind with the Jack-10 suited. We'll see here if Woody with the Ace-3. As we get her board, we've got Colson making the bet, and he's going to show that he had second pair. And we'll move on we'll move on here to the next hand. So all right, what else we got going on here in the world today? In the TCH world. All right, again, Quads Jackpot happening Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Quad Deuces on Monday, Quad 3s on Tuesday, and Quad 4s on Wednesday. $200 rollovers each of those 3 days, if nobody hits the jackpot. Yeah, that's more money added here to the prize pool. And currently at $600, and will resume tomorrow. So as Nick, is it possible to buy directly into Step 2? And if so, how much? Yeah. So anybody can enter into Step 2. And the buy-in for that, $355. Okay,
That includes the fee.
yeah, $330 plus $35. Okay, so yeah, $360. I got you, huh? All right, it's Colson and Woody out here in the streets. Colson here with top pair. Woody here with Queen 9 and the overs. Going to go ahead and take it down. Ethan says, sometimes you just run out of blinker fluid. That stuff is expensive. That seems to be a fact. I don't know what it is. Just sort of like you see a BMW, you're like, I can't turn into that lane. That person's not going to let me in. And even if they decide to turn, the blinker seems like a rather lower class option in my opinion. A turn signal for poor people? Okay. All right. Woody here. Going to get a block out of the big blind. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say here, Nick. So in addition to the money, there's the free ticket into the 360 next up. So that's, if you're wondering why, I mean, it's still a pretty good prize pool here for the money. So, yeah, $20K guaranteed for the monthly main event. Last I saw it was single re-entry, but I got a feeling like if you wanted to, I think, okay, their website says guaranteed single re-entry, so we'll see if that changes before then, but Dirty saying, just tell the truth, Woody and the mob, so you can't show his face. It was like that scene in Parks and Rec where they're trying to promote Entertainment 720, so Tom Haverford's set goes dark, and to make it seem like he's anonymously Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, Christ, that always makes me laugh. So, all right, King Jack here for Jesse. Woody going to fold after I think it looks like he limped the button. As watchful at money 1. How many steps? There are technically 4 steps. So our weekly is step 1. Step 2 is our monthly, which if you win the monthly, then you will advance to step 3 for the semi-annual event. And then once we have 6 players for that over the next 6 months, winner of that will advance on to step 4, the WPT STEPS Championship, an invitation-only event. It's going to feature 1 winner from each of the WPT STEPS venue. And the final table will be set on a cruise in October, so here we go. Pat, does Texas not use auto card shufflers? Nope, generally casinos are the ones that tend to operate those, or I think we've talked about it a lot here. It is kind of one of the more frequently asked questions sometimes. People check us out here for the first time. Ethan, Step by Step. I loved that show growing up. I thought about trying to use a sound effect from it. I just felt like... All right, we got a 3-way chop here. So everybody agreeing here at this point that they've advanced far enough into the tournament, the blinds are getting heavy enough, and are relatively mixed around there in chips that they're going to put a pin in this one and call it a night. That is our final. As these players going to chop here at the last 3. The blinds just approaching 20K, 40K. So that's it for us tonight here on Sunday night. Sunday. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you, Flores Dealers, everybody here today. Check us out here tomorrow night. Mike Major should be here in the house to host the show for 510. Big week for us up here at TCH Live. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.